we'll start with your thoughts on the game.
Obviously, they got out to a tremendous start. We knew they'd be ready, similar to how we were ready for Tennessee State yesterday. Probably screwed up in the beginning, should have called an earlier timeout just to settle us down. One of the better, obviously, crowds that we've seen all season long. Great atmosphere, good team, great team, championship level team. But I believed in our guys. I thought we would settle in, settle down. But again, outside of those 10 minutes, we put ourselves too far behind against a good team. And really the last 30 minutes of the game, we fought and played how I thought we would play at the beginning of the game. But again, it just Tevin Brown and KJ were those guys for them today, just making shot after shot after shot early on. So they were ready to go. Give them credit for being ready and knowing what was at stake. But I'll take our guys and our effort and the way that we played and fought all season long. And just the first 10 minutes were just too much for us to overcome.
We'll start on Zoom first. Tom Davis, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and ask.
Coach Korn, thanks for your time tonight. Can you hear me?
I can, yep.
Okay. When you look back at this team and its journey, even for the whole 12 months that you put this team together in the offseason and then how it performed, what are you going to think about of this team?
I'm sorry, Tom. You said, what did I think of this team? Is that what you said?
Yeah. When you reflect on this season, what are you going to think about this team?
You know, Tom, I told the guys after the game that I only feel sorry for them if they didn't learn something this year, and that goes for me too. I learned so much this year internally about team, about brotherhood, about leadership, and that includes myself. And so when I look back, I reflect on it just very quickly now, just how far we came. I know obviously on paper, it seems like, oh, well, you brought people back, you're picked fourth, it's just going to ho-hum and you go do it. It's a fresh reminder, Tom, that everything that you get, you have to work for. And that doesn't mean that we didn't work this season. It just means that every single day you've got to keep coming back. You can't quit. You got to believe in people. You got to keep trying to pull them along and keep pulling them in the right direction. Because we gelled at the right time. It took us a while to get there as a unit, but I think that when we did come together, everybody involved. There's so many pieces that are involved in this. It's not just 5 guys on the court. It's everybody. And I'll look back and just be proud of the way that we were able to sustain some things when no one thought we were going to be dealing with COVID again. It actually was a blessing in disguise. And ever since that moment, we were able to turn the corner and play our best basketball. So for 2 years in a row now, we've been playing our best basketball and put ourselves in position, put everybody else on notice about our program. And so to me, it's about the way that we played, the way that we finish, and that you always believe in yourself and you just keep on pushing through. And if you treat people the right way and you act the right way and you play the right way, good things will happen to you.
For DQ,
sorry for rambling.
No, you're good. For DQ, you've been through a lot with this program, highs and lows. How is this program different today than it was when you came to SEMO?
One thing I can say is that we're more like family oriented. When I first came to SEMO, it was like we weren't like a team. In the last 2 years, we've built that bond with each other. Our chemistry, and we just became closer. And through the ups and downs, I think the ups and downs is what brought us closer to build this brotherhood. So like moving forward, I think we know what it's going to take. We know what it takes. We just gotta do it. But I'm happy to be a part of this team. It's made me who I am, who I'm becoming. And I appreciate my teammates and my coaches.
Eric, for you, you've seen Belmont, you've seen Murray State, you've seen Morehead State, you've seen the best teams in the OVC. What have you learned from competing against them that will help you and your teammates reach that level in the future?
Against those teams, you can't take any players off. You gotta every play, you got to give it your all. Play together. Any mistakes can lead to to things like tonight we got down. You just gotta, you can't make any mistakes.
Okay, and Eric?
Um, just remembering that the game is 40 minutes long. Swings happen. Not everything is gonna go your way. Sometimes refs not gonna call things that you want. Sometimes shots not gonna fall, but that doesn't stop us from playing the hardest basketball we can always play. And that's what I've learned from playing against since I've been able to play Division I basketball. That's been the biggest thing that I've learned.
Okay. And last thing for me, Coach, talk a little bit. DQ has had 2 phenomenal performances in Evansville. Talk about his play over the last 48 hours.
Yeah, yesterday was one of his best games, I thought, since he's been here. The stat sheet says that he had 10 and 5 yesterday, but he controlled the game. And he controlled the game with his pace. He controlled the game with his defense. So it's just a reminder that you can impact the game so much on so many different layers and levels outside of just scoring. And I believe he did the same thing against Evansville, ironically, at home. So again, it's that to me, when you asked the question earlier, Tom, like what we look back on, it's as a coach, you've got 15 guys' agendas that you got to put into one agenda, and it's not easy for everybody. There's ups and downs with every player throughout the season. I don't think DQ is any different than that. You can go down each guy, and it's frustrating and it's hard. But you got to give DQ and the rest of our team a ton of credit for being persevering and being gritty and finding a way to get to that next day, because it's not always going to be perfect, and college basketball is long and hard. And so when you have guys with high character like that and that work the way that they work, DQ put in a ton of work this summer. And so it always pays off.
Thank you for your time tonight. And thank you to all 3 of you for just making Cape Girardeau proud of you this season.
Thanks, Tom.
One quick one for you, Eric. I feel like after the battle, it looks like this is coming in with confidence. And talking to you last night, you obviously had that. And then you mentioned playing 40 minutes of basketball. No matter how much you guys are down by in that game, you guys make it close at the end. You make it interesting. And that's what you need. For the majority of the game, playing without Matt at the end because he was in foul trouble, knowing that the guys that you were out there with is the majority of the team that's going to be back again next year, how does that kind of help you know that just your guys are going to be with you the entire game, all 40 minutes, all next year too?
Helps me tremendously. We got guys that's going to continue to fight, and no matter what the score looked like, I think we were down, 25 at some point, and we fought. We continue to fight, and that's what it's all about. And just having that. Just having a group behind you that's going to do anything and everything for you is nothing more you can ask for. And I appreciate everybody that has been on my journey, and I appreciate Coach Korn, the whole coaching staff, everybody.
Coach, or for anybody that you guys playing the game, you guys have played 2 very different types of basketball games against the Racers. Tight knit defensive battle, and then an NBA game. I felt like the first game of the conference season, just up and down, get going. What is it about the Racers and their defense? Because you guys have seen them not hit shots, you've seen them hit shots, kind of seen them in the middle. What is it about their defense that everybody just keeps talking about? What makes it so tough?
They're connected more. I would say they're connected for a longer period of the game. They wear down on teams. I think after a while, the pressure that they apply just from the tip, it's a challenge, and that's what makes them a very good team. And I tip my hat off to them. They're a very good team.
I just feel like they're well coached, disciplined, physically. They're a very physical team, and like Eric said, they're very connected. This is a good team.
I would just say that they're the physical nature in which they play. Each guy seems to be in tip-top shape, very quick to the ball, very strong at all spots, at all positions.
Anything else? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.